Now, Roger Williams was a young minister, just like Winthrop and Hooker. And eventually, though, he's going to find himself in hot water because of his beliefs, and ultimately, he's going to have to flee the colony to avoid being sent back to England. Now, what are these beliefs of Roger Williams that get him in such trouble? Well, he starts preaching things like, he said the Puritan church has too much power, especially power over the government, and he believed that the church and the government should be entirely separate entities. So, for example, he believed that the government should, he says, create order and peace in society, but he also believed that the government should not promote one particular religion. Now, that's a pretty radical belief compared to some of these other beliefs espoused by men like John Winthrop back in the colony of Massachusetts Bay. Additionally, Roger Williams said there should be religious toleration. He said in Puritan Massachusetts, non-Puritans are not allowed to worship freely, and Roger Williams said, well, that's not a good way for us to run this colony. Now, I want to make sure that you understand this term toleration and what we mean by that. Toleration means the willingness to let others practice their own beliefs. So remember, Roger Williams shared many of the same religious beliefs as John Winthrop or Thomas Hooker or some of these other leaders, but he believed that other people who didn't share those beliefs should be allowed to practice their religion freely as well. Now, do some of these beliefs sound familiar to you? Because many of these beliefs, two of these beliefs are going to form the basis of important American ideals that will go into documents like the Constitution. I want you to think about this for a second. Pause the video. See if you can figure out which important American ideals I'm referencing here, and when you have some guesses, unpause the video and we'll see if you're correct. All right, let's see what you came up with. One of the things that comes out of Roger Williams' ideas is our important idea, the freedom of religion. So that one's relatively straightforward because we said Roger Williams believed in religious toleration, that people, even if they had different religious beliefs, should be free to practice their own religion. Additionally, Roger Williams, though, also gives some credence to this idea of the separation of church and state. In the United States today, we believe that the government should not tell you what to believe, but additionally that religion should not influence the government, should not tell the government what to do either. So that's what we call the separation of church and state. Both of those two very important ideas are two things that Roger Williams was preaching way back at the very beginning of the founding of one of these 13 colonies. Now, because of these policies, many Puritans and many non-Puritans begin flocking to Rhode Island.